this kind of sent in a goblin only deck, which I don't mind this, bro. Like I feel like a goblin only deck being skeleton only. Somebody should try that thing. I feel like goblins are the stronger. Good arrow gripping the princess and the tower. Nice. The interesting thing about the oh my god, it's time to put it down. It's time to put it down. Not the machine. So much aura. Look at him. Look at him. This little rock and clean paws. That's that time. You know what I'm saying? Chat, we're gonna go for a deep barrel to make power and run it. It always works. I'm telling you, it always works. He's gonna miss it. The real ones know about the power of a deep barrel. Dude, if that barrel was on tower, it did 0 damage. But because it was behind the tower, we did over what, like over 1,500 damage. Do we have any news for Goblin Hunt yet? You might go Goblin Barrel here, so let's go preemptive dart and then go first into the hunt or into the barrel. I'm waiting for this guy to barrel again. Alright, well, let's go Goblin. I see at the back. Wait, hold up. Goblin Machine will be good here. He's gonna go barrel, I think. He might go barrel. I think we just go curse, so I kind of save my arrows. Wait. Boys, Evo barrel. Evo barrel. Let's go demolish your right lane. Look at this pressure. That's why we saved the arrows. That's why we saved the arrows. Dude, look at the tower damage. Come on. The Goblin Machine's cooking. The Goblin Machine's cooking. We're going to Evo Darkness smack down this knight. The demolisher. Oh. Guys, playing so well. Birds. Gang. The guy on what? The guy. Wait, you can see it from the front, bro. What does she eat? What kind of like acorn you got before us? Like you can see the whole thing. Well, they put her in the ads for his bunker. Oh wow, yeah, that's a line. That's a great line. They made the ads for you how to play some drums. That is a crazy. Right. What? This guy stole my car. Not shut up. Are you sure? That close away. He was wearing a mask. You wear a mask? Yeah, a mask. Look at this. What do you say? Give me your car. 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 No. Right, Edith. Mr. Thurman, please. I can't be. Take it.
If you're receiving support through programs like SNAP, Medicaid, SSI, or Section 8,
Por eso no me gusta. Hay una que
I see the crystal raindrops.
17 people on up. If I how why it's expensive playing down the quiet. EVGA Classified Super Record 2 is an utterly unique piece of gamer history. When it was released, this motherboard and the CPUs inside it would set back nearly $4,000. And some memory, case power supply, probably a handful of Genesis specs. Sweet quad SLI action. And we are dangerously close to a gaming system that would cost $10,000 adjusted for inflation. A gaming system. All I can say is for that kind of money, this thing better be pretty darn future-proof. Better be. Would you look at the time? It's future o'clock. So, to see if the SR2 still we put together a library of awesome games that support SLI, and we got our hands on not one, but 4 of the fastest quad SLI GPUs that EVGA ever built to see how this monster holds up 9 to 13 years later. Like the video if you think that's a good question to answer. Certainly better than that segment to a sponsor. FlexiSpot. With improved stability, a weight capacity of up to 540 pounds, and a 15-year warranty, the FlexiSpot E7 Plus is built to stand the test of time. Check it out at the link down below. Very first thing you'll notice about the classified SR2 is its massive size. This ain't your mama's EATX, and it ain't even your pappy's XL-ATX. It uses a form factor of EVGA's own design, HPTX, that weighs in at a colossal 15 inches by 13 and a half. Their justification? Well, where else are we going to put the 2 Xeon Workstation CPUs, the 12 sticks of DDR3 memory, and the whopping 7 PCIe Gen 2x16 expansion slots? To even get that much hardware support, in spite of EVGA marketing this platform to enthusiasts and gamers, they used an Intel 5500 server chip thing. So, or we've gone with the best chips available for it, a pair of Xeon X5690s. All in, you're talking 24 total threads with 24 megabytes of cache operating at turbo speeds of up to 3.73 gigahertz. And the word on the street is that if you're willing to risk your substantial investments, $1,600 each, they overclocked like wild on this board. Challenge accepted. To make the platform more friendly to consumers, the classified SR2 supports non-ECC RAM, so the same kind you would put in a gaming system rather than a server or a workstation. we did find that the support for it was a little bit spotty, especially when we tried to cobble together kits out of older sticks we had lying around. But thankfully, Corsair still makes DDR3, and they sent over enough sticks for us to cobble together a couple of triple channel DDR3 1600 kits. To get better performance than dual channel games? Almost definitely not. Is it cool? Heck yeah, it is. Is it soft? No. For that, you're going to need the new Polo. meltfitflow.com. Time to get this Mama Jama installed and, thankfully, we've got a solution. The one, the only, EVGA DG85. I flipping love this case. It's going to require a little bit of work, but this case unironically ends up extremely well. HDMI pass-through for VR, built-in rear door for a super clean look, an acrylic side panel, and acrylic interior panel, not to mention and the beard filament. The only issue is that these stand-offs are not in the right place. And that seems to be more the board's fault than the case's fault. I have to mask these off. 3 screws seems pretty good. Now, something that doesn't hold up as well is the storage support. Modern NVMe drives require a UEFI type thing, where rather than an older BIOS type firmware in the SR2, it ain't got it. There are hacky workarounds involving a bootloader on a SATA device and then handing off to an NVMe device, but for simplicity, we've stuck with tried and true safe. 2 terabytes for our library of SLI compatible games. Now we need to think about power. If we want to run not 1, not 2, but 4 980 Ti's, that's 1,000 watts right there. And our CPUs are going to draw up to 130 watts each. That's over 1,200 watts. Someone need a power supply. Oh, look, okay, you spoiled it. Hey, fine, we're using the EVGA Supernova 1600 T2. And the size isn't the only weird thing about this other, or these extra power connectors. We've got 2 8-pins for the CPUs, and then an additional 3 6-pin PCI Express for auxiliary power for the fleet. That won't be a problem for us, though, because we don't care about cable managing this thing. There we go. We chose this particular card because it's a 2-slot variant, so when we went to add 3 more of them, they would actually fit without using risers. Plus, I mean, look, it's the VGA. We had to go EVGA. The top of the line GPU for 384-bit glasses, 6 gigs of memory, only $650. You pay that much for a GPU 6 gigs of memory today. Okay, I mean, not quite cheap. Anyway, we're going to take a baseline with just one of these parts, then we're going to add some. She works! It's alive! 2 CPUs, let's go! What better way to try out our safe gaming system than prices? Considering it's only running at between 60 and 70 FPS at 1440p, I think well, but that was kind of this game's whole deal. Let's see if our system can handle something more modern. Oh, Cyberpunk. Oh, it doesn't say play again. To play the new prices. Cyberpunk. Red launcher's crashing with the legacy patch. That's fine. Let's overcome this thing. And I do not remember having overclock on this platform. In fairness to me, it's been over 10 years, okay? Let's just try WOC. WOC, let's go. Oh, it worked. You're over 4 gigahertz. WOC for the win. Effortless. A little bit more voltage. Easy 4.6. Get 60 degrees too. This is why people used to overclock, because there was a point. Oh my god, that was 400 watts. Decided to go for gold here. Went straight to 4.5 gigahertz. Oh, she crashed. 4.5, I believe. No, we're going to take the easy W with 4.2. What kind of FPS we looking at? I'm 5 checking. Frame view doesn't work on Windows 7, so we just have to 5 the FPS. I would say it's
not a lot better, but it's a little better. I'm seeing far fewer dips into the mid-60s. That indicates to us that a fast CPU never hurts, but it wasn't our main bottleneck. Thankfully, we have a plan. Let's see how many GPUs we can stuff in here. By the way, did I mention we're sucking back like 500 watts with only one 980 Ti right now? To somewhat control our benchmark, I am going to look at this flame. That's going to be our savior. 93 frames per second. And now you see why we didn't bother cable managing anything. While there are 9 PCI slots at the back end, in theory, that only means the first 2 are unoccupied, and then we've got 7. Right. That last card is a double slot card, and there's nowhere for it to go. That's where our new case comes in. Did Justin make this test bench? Oh, yeah. Do it really fast? Oh, yeah. Unironically, this is how a lot of people ran SR2s. I mean, it's right in the name. So it's not a daily driver platform for regular consumers. It's the super record 2. Something about loading up the motherboard with GPUs and just listen. You know? Time for the moment. The quad SLI bridge. Oh yeah. Now, most fun. Slide. That's nice 3-week performance. A casual 400 watts at the desktop, 500 watts at the desktop, no big deal. Really is a Hummer of gaming machines. All this brick of GPU can cost you back when it's new was $26 US. Accounting for inflation is about equivalent to 2 4090s today. But it's got 24 gigs of VRAM, just like 4090. Maybe it'll keep up? No, that's not how that works. That's not how any of this works. Last time we ran the Unigen head and benchmark on this system, we used just one card. We got around 2,200 points, coming just shy of 90 frames per second. 4-way SLI scaler. Perfect, but I gotta say, I was expecting a little better than that. Here's the thing. Remember that 24 gigs of VRAM? Well, it's split between all 4 different cards. Now, just get to pull it together. Every one of these has to hold their own copy of any asset that's required in order to render the scene. Also, this SLI link is fast. So the intercard communication adds a ton of overhead as they're coordinating who's working on exactly what. What this means is that, especially beyond 2 cards, the scaling is off. And the worst part is that none of that is the worst part. It's hard to pick up on camera, but oh yeah, there it is. You probably saw that. Microstutter, which is caused by uneven timing of the delivered finished frames, can be very distracting and make a higher frame rate feel like a lower one because of the hit choppiness. But I'm not going to let that dampen my enthusiasm. Let's run some games. All right, here we go. It's like not even 10 FPS. 96. Oh my god. Hold on. We haven't gotten down to our fire yet. Gotta look at the fire. Okay. Yep. Maybe this setup is fire. The overdrawing is 100 watts. Oh my goodness. No, this is faster. We're at 100. 120 FPS. That fired? 140, 150 FPS. That's like actually, we were getting 90 something for 50% improvement. Never mind that 2 cards probably would have gotten to very similar numbers. But then we wouldn't get the sweet SLI times 4. Yeah. Top left. Gotta lock another SLI game. Let's see how compatible SLI was with games back then. We've done before. Ooh, she's floating. And that 60 FPS does not feel like 60 FPS. Truly awful. I want to see 1440. And this bottom card, the fan just starts it off. No, back on. It's not doing anything. Oh, we're drawing 630 watts. It's actually less than I was expecting. A lot less than I was expecting. They're definitely not going to full usage. Nope. I mean, I think if it's all the way, all 4 cards are being used. We're basically not touching our quad SLI. No, we're using like 1.5 cards. Something to keep in mind is that even games that support SLI don't necessarily support 3-way or 4-way SLI, let alone take like full advantage of it. Like support does not mean utilize. Titanfall 2. Yeah, it was on the list. Crank it. Times 8. Yeah, it'll be 8x. Say 8. getting over 100 FPS. But this is cranked 1080p.
Yeah.
By the time you put on 8x MSAA, you might as well be running out of that resolution.
Yeah, but look, we're using still like 1, maybe 2 cards.
Yep, all we're really learning is that the 980 Ti is a really good card. And we can tell from our power consumption actually
740.
750 watts. We are probably getting some benefit.
Minor. And some.
Yeah, these boys are not doing much. GPU 0, 42, 48, 50, 54. So it's not that only one GPU is doing the work, it's that each GPU is doing very little bit.
They tried Jedi Fallen Order. That's from 2019.
Here we go. With a system from 2010 to 2015, depending how you measure it. Let's see.
Doing weird stuff in the start of Nitro. But it is using a lot more of the card. Paid for the whole card. I want to use the whole card.
At 144 in traffic flow at this. Here we go. This does not look well. That does not look like 60 FPS. Sir. I mean, it's using those cards though.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wait. 740.
Okay. Never mind. The power is being used.
We're getting 68 FPS, but that looks more like 25.
Oh yeah.
Even just through the camera, like it should be plain to see that that is not 75 FPS. Oh wow!
Hey.
That was horrible.
Yeah. Whoa! Did you see that as it turns it?
Biased. For absolute ranked 1080p.
Screen cap broke.
Game's working. This is only 45 FPS. It feels way better than Jedi Fallen Order did at
Yeah.
75.
We lost our SLI tracker though.
Yeah,
I don't know how much is being used.
very little. It
Yeah,
takes.
565.
Yep. Ultra Plus. Wow. That is a very exciting ponytail.
Why is it heating so much?
Why is everything awful so much? Oh, wow. What is happening?
I don't think The Witcher 3, despite saying that it's compatible with SLI, I don't think it likes it at all.
But none of that is the fault of the classified SR2. So, what if we took a more modern GPU and at least
Wait, are you running? You're running 60 hertz?